2 weeks ago, we told you 29,000 people sleep outside in the city of Los Angeles. This week, the countywide count tells us who is going without a home across the region.
Black Angelenos are under 10% of this county. They're 31.8% of everyone in it without a home.
Welcome back. This is News Observer Weekly, our top 5 from the Bakersfield, Los Angeles, and Valley's News Observer.
This week, who that count actually counted. A ballot measure that makes the state your mortgage lender, and a bill that would make corporations search their own records for slavery, plus a funding deadline 12 days out, and a poll about whether any of it gets voted on.
Let's get into it. Story 1. Marion Apio has the count, and the number that matters isn't the total.
21,822 Black Angelenos unhoused in the LAHSA count. 31.8% of everyone counted.
Against under 10% of the county's population.
More than 3 to 1. That is not a housing statistic. That is a race statistic that happens to get filed under housing.
Countywide, 73,040, up 1.2%. In the city, 45,194.
1.2, which sounds like almost nothing.
And that's the trap. Inflow didn't slow. The back door closed.
Cuts to rental subsidy funding, paused new enrollments, and cut move-ins by 3,718.
So people stopped getting out. Moves from shelter into permanent housing fell 36%.
And movement the other way, shelter back to the street, rose 24%.
LAHSA's own figure. For every one person the system places in permanent housing, 2.37 newly unhoused people enter it.
Jennifer Rosa is 41, and she's been out here nearly 2 decades. Domestic violence in 2008 cost her custody of her 2 youngest children and separated her from the 2 oldest.
This is her 5th try at permanent housing. The 4 before it collapsed at the final stage.
Her words. I don't think anybody really knows what homelessness is unless they really go through it.
Dr. Maria Raven runs emergency medicine at UC San Francisco.
It's very hard to build housing in California, she said. So many regulations, and nobody wants it in their backyard.
And then this, also her. A lot of people speak out of both sides of their mouth. They don't want homelessness, just not near them.
And 59% of newly unhoused people said the reason was money. Story 2. The rung directly above that one. Austin Gage on Proposition 37.
November ballot. The state would help middle-income buyers take a second mortgage on a newly built home.
$25 million in bonds through CalHFA, and the second mortgage caps at 17% of the price.
Resident for a year, move in within 60 days, income at or below 200% of area median, 3% down.
And it has to be newly built or a conversion nobody has lived in, and you have to be its first owner.
Robert Hertzberg wrote it, former Assembly Speaker. His pitch is not the one you'd expect.
He argues most housing subsidies raise prices without adding supply. His line: you wind up buying your grandma's house with bad pipes and a leaky roof.
That's a housing man arguing against housing subsidies, on his way to selling you one.
The California Democratic Party is for it, along with gubernatorial nominee Javier Becerra, Controller Malia Cohen, Treasurer Fiona Ma, the Carpenters, and the Realtors.
The conservative group, Reform California, is against it, saying it makes the state one of the biggest mortgage lenders in America and leaves taxpayers holding the bag.
The group worth listening to is the California Budget and Policy Center, and they don't endorse either side.
Their point. This second mortgage would likely require monthly payments, unlike some CalHFA loans that defer them, and it could carry a higher rate.
And it does not require you to be a first-time or first-generation buyer.
Which is the whole thing. 200% of median is a wide door, and the family that never owned anything walks through it behind the family buying its third house.
$25 million in bonds statewide for middle-income buyers. LA County alone is short 473,000 affordable homes.
Story 3. Antonio Ray Harvey, in a piece of the Capitol most people have never heard of.
The Suspense file. It's where expensive bills go, and where lawmakers decide which ones live, with no public debate.
About 600 bills came out of it on August 13th. One was Assembly Bill 2599.
Isaac Bryan, Democrat, Ladera Heights. The Truth in Disclosure Act.
Any company doing business here with more than $100 million in worldwide receipts would have to search its own records for wealth gained during chattel slavery and report it to the state under oath.
Banking, insurance, railroads, shipping, textiles, tobacco.
The Civil Rights Department would put it in a searchable public archive by January 3rd, 2028. No state has required that before.
The Department of Finance opposed it on cost. Here's the cost.
$130,000 this fiscal year, $231,000 ongoing. One position.
One position to run disclosure for every company over $100 million in worldwide receipts.
Mona Tawatau of the Equal Justice Society says making corporations tell the truth and teaching the public that truth helps restore the dignity of enslaved people.
Say the honest part, though. Disclosure is not payment. This bill gets you a website in 2028. It doesn't get anybody a check.
Either a first step or a substitute, and people who agree on everything else disagree about which.
Other Black Caucus bills moved the same day, and one of them stopped me. Laura Richardson's on abandoned cemeteries.
Richardson says 187 private burial grounds in California are at risk, abandoned, neglected, vandalized, because somebody deemed them no longer profitable. Sit with that one.
Story 4, and there's a clock on it. 12 days.
On August 14th, the Cayenne Wellness Center carried a petition with more than 1,000 signatures into the governor's office.
They're asking for $15 million over 3 years.
Sickle cell is genetic. It hardens red blood cells into a sickle shape. They block blood flow, and it hurts in a way most of us will never have to understand.
About 1 in every 365 Black births. 9 to 11,000 Californians have it, and Black patients are 83 to 85% of them.
More than 30% of them live right here in Los Angeles County.
Dr. Carolyn Rowley founded Cayenne, and she lives with sickle cell herself. 7 community health workers reach about 1,200 people statewide.
Their federal funding, which they've had since 2015, ends August 31st.
Now be fair to the state here, because this is where coverage usually cheats.
In July, Newsom signed a budget with a 5-year, $30 million commitment to sickle cell care. That money is real.
It's just not clear any of it reaches this. And Cayenne's own state grant, $10 million 3 years ago, is expiring too.
Dorian Archie was diagnosed at birth. More than 50 transfusions. He calls himself a sickle cell warrior.
On what Cayenne did for him. It was literally A hand in the darkness that pulled me out.
And this. Sickle cell can be a revolving door. Pain, drugs, hospital visits, doctors. It becomes your life. That's not really living. That's surviving.
One piece of this you can fix without anybody's permission. Patients wait in pain because hospitals lack closely matched blood. And that comes from Black and brown donors.
Story 5, and it decides the other 4.
A poll from Black Men Vote, conducted by HIT Strategies. More than 1,600 registered Black men ages 18 to 45.
92% say voting is important. 74% say they'll almost certainly or probably vote this year.
The other 26% are not committed. And most of that, 19 points, is people who call it a coin flip.
1 in 4. And these aren't checked out men. 44% go looking for political news. 6% avoid it.
Michael Bland runs Black Men Vote. Black men are not a problem to be solved or a block to be chased in final weeks.
2 caveats our own newsroom put in this story, and they matter.
First, California is not in this poll. 6 states, Georgia, Michigan, Mississippi, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina. None of them ours.
Second, Black Men Vote is nonpartisan on paper. Its co-founder is a major Democratic donor, and there's a separately registered PAC. That year-round engagement conclusion is theirs, not the data's.
So what's actually left after all that?
26% unsure, among men who are 92% convinced it matters. That's not apathy. That's belief with no logistics attached.
And logistics is the only part any of us can actually fix. That's our 5. The count, the ballot measure, the disclosure bill, the deadline, and the poll.
2 things this week, and the first one has a clock on it.
The Cayenne Wellness Center petition. Their funding ends August 31st. Sign it or call the governor's office and say the words sickle cell.
Then check your registration. Proposition 37 is on that November ballot.
All 5 stories are up in full at ognsc.com. Read them, share them, tell us what we missed.
We're the Bakersfield, Los Angeles, and Valley's News Observer. Take care of each other.